Alrighty, guys. So we're gonna break down the markets. What the heck is going on right now? Is the stock market, man, did not do well at all today. It was a rough day. I don't even know where to start, guys. I don't even know where to start. We had the S&P 500 go down. Let's see, 1.3%. The Russell went down 2.1%. The Nasdaq, for Pete's sake, went down 1.4%. As the Dow only went down I'm saying only like that's not or like it's good. It went down 1%, but that's actually better than all the other indexes. And we had the VIX go up 7.5%. Unfreaking believable, as gold is now pushing almost 2,000 an ounce and silver's now almost in the mid-20s yet again. So let's just dive into it. If you all find value, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe here on YouTube. It's free. And by the way, guys, I'm getting way more active on X. Follow me on there as well, at Stas Talk Stocks. I'll leave that link down below, or just go on your X app, find me on there. Make sure to go follow me. I'll follow you back. And, well, let's just dive into it. So, again, all the indexes got mollywop today, guys. It was just one of those days where everything ended up going down. And by the way, we'll break down some stocks at the end of the video, so make sure you all stick on throughout. So SPY ended up going down again 1.3%, and now it's pretty evident to me, I don't know about you guys, but we're clearly getting rejected at the 180 SMA, and now we're starting to dump under the 50 moving average here on the 4-hour chart, which, guys, did we not talk about this a couple of days ago when I was in Positano? And by the way, we're on our honeymoon right now. You guys probably know, you're sick of me saying this, but you know, I'm not making as many videos, so I can remember now exactly where I filmed these different videos. But I talked to you guys about this a couple of days ago, right? As we saw a lot of resistance at this moving average, and today we finally, well, it's not good, but we dumped, right? We dumped down, and we're pretty much back in free fall mode for the stock market, right? We kind of bottomed out in the short term, about 2 weeks ago. We saw a nice little move in SPY, in Triple Q, and the overall stock market in general. But the fact that we failed breaking above 440, we failed breaking above, the highs from a couple of weeks ago, and now we're starting to dump back down again. It's not looking so good for the bulls, right? Clearly, the downtrend that we've seen since pretty much the end of July is still intact right now on SPY, and it's really the same thing on Triple Q. Let me show you this, which you guys know tracks the NASDAQ 100. We've been making lower highs for months on Triple Q since the end of July, middle of July. And one thing I guess that is a bit different is the fact that Triple Q still holding above 355. We actually have not dumped down for that lower low yet, but guys, by the looks of it, on the 4-hour chart, we could be getting ready to do that. Now we're under both moving averages, and really the next gap to fill to the downside is right to about 355. And if that were to break, man, Triple Q could be going down even more. Some downside targets that I have here, if we do go under 355, 350, we could be going down initially to maybe 347. That's a big spot worth looking at. Let's see here. Maybe 339, 340. That was the high, it looks like, here from the middle of May. The low from the beginning of June was 347. So these are levels that we could realistically start slipping to, if we continue, dumping towards 355, 350, and especially if we break under that point on Triple Q. And let's say SPY starts going under, let's see, where did it hold a couple of days ago, weeks ago? 420. So if we start breaking 420, man, this could be going down lower 400s like that pretty soon, in my opinion, faster than you think, which sucks in the short term, no doubt. But guys, realize that, in weakness, especially if you're a long-term investor, that is where money is made. If you're patient, if you have the dollar cost average mentality, if you want to just buy and hold for a long time, which I get it. If you're a trader, a lot of traders don't like buying and holding long term. They like trading. They like getting in and out. They like doing all that. But I like doing both. I trade and I long-term invest. And whenever I'm seeing stocks go down, you know what I'm doing, guys? I'm freaking rubbing my hands. I'm getting very excited because that means we're buying stocks at a lower price. And think about it. If you're buying, let's say, index funds, forget stocks. Well, they're still stocks, but a basket of stocks. So let's say you're buying an index fund. If you're buying at a cheaper price, think of it like, okay, I'm buying at a cheaper price. My goal, my financial goal, I'm going to achieve it quicker if I'm buying more shares at a cheaper price, especially if we're in a bear market. Think about it. Let's say we're down 20, 30% from all-time highs. You're getting stocks at a much cheaper price. So in the next bull market, you've accumulated a lot more at a lower price. you're going to make a lot more money, right? As opposed to, let's say, even if you're buying at all-time highs. I mean, that's part of the dollar cost average strategy as well. You buy whenever, but it's always better to buy, obviously, at lower prices, which we're not going to really get into in this video, but you guys know what I mean, right? You know where I'm coming from with that. And the VIX now is starting to push 20 points yet again. Let me show you this, guys. The VIX is now, in my opinion, probably going to break 20 to 22. I mean, look, we're clearly testing the highs on the VIX now from a couple of days ago, a couple of weeks ago, which is right around 2021. And by the looks of it, man, this wants to break, and the VIX could at that point be at a 6-month high. I mean, look, last time we were above 21 on the VIX was back in April, May. That's, quite a time, or quite a few months ago, right? So we can easily break that, in my opinion. It's poised for a move to the mid-20s, and that could bring, obviously, a lot more panic to the markets, that's for sure, but that could also bring more upside in things like UVXY, which I haven't talked about in a while, but this is, I kind of look at it as a way to trade the VIX. Let's say the VIX is starting to spike up. We're seeing volatility. You can trade UVXY, and by the way, it's very risky. Please do your own research, but I've traded it before, made some money, lost some money as well, of course. It's all about timing, but UVXY is worth watching. SQQQ as well is worth watching, which is a 3X bear ETF on the NASDAQ 100. You guys probably know this ended up going up 4% on the day. Not bad, as we saw stocks sell off across the board. And by the looks of it, again, VIX pushing 20, on the verge of a breakout to the mid-20s, in my opinion. This could be one that could start breaking out as well, SQQQ. So in the midst of the madness here, in the midst of all this red volatility, there's a couple tools. I like to call them tools because they're not stocks. They're not investments, in my opinion. Well, they're not. I mean, look, these are just for day trading. So they're tools. They're trading tools. I like using these in volatility, in red markets, right? So SQQQ, SPXS is another one that's essentially the same thing as SQQQ, but it's for the S&P 500. So if you want to, let's say the S&P, you expect it to fall another 5%, you could trade this, make 15% roughly. I mean, it's not perfect, but you guys know what I mean. It's a 3X leverage ETF. So yeah, those are a couple that I'm watching right now in the midst of this madness. And look at some of the red stocks today, guys. My goodness. Rivian down a bunch, 9% on the day, which when I get back from my honeymoon, guys, we're going to be breaking down all these stocks even more. You guys know me. I like doing about 3-4 videos a day. And here on the honeymoon, it's been about one a day, if that. I mean, some days I haven't even uploaded. I don't even care. I mean, guys, I'm on my honeymoon. It is what it is. We're going to be back to the regular program in about a week. But look, Rivian down 9%. Nikola down a bunch on the day, which Nikola, I don't even want to get into that in this video. AMC got squashed. Stocks like SoFi, which we talk about a lot on the channel, this is not looking good at all, down 6%. DraftKings got destroyed today, down 5-6%. You guys see that? Let's talk about some large cap tech, then we'll wrap up the video. Meta ended up going down 2%, although this stock still looks really good on the charts, guys. Still very bullish. Amazon, let's see, Amazon, this ended up going down about 2.5% on the day, and this is looking a little sloppy. I'm not going to lie. The chart is not looking good. We're kind of just a little under the 180 SMA here, and we do arguably have a descending triangle on Amazon, which I'm not loving, and their earnings are coming up, it looks like, here next week, so this is one worth watching. I'm a shareholder. If you guys didn't know, full disclosure, I do own Amazon. I'm watching that very closely. Apple is one that barely went down today, but it still went down ahead of earnings next week, and same with, let's see, Google and Microsoft. How are those looking? Google's chart actually looks really good still, guys. Like Meta, man, this thing looks really good. It's almost at all-time highs. I think they're reporting earnings on Tuesday. Let me double check. 6 days from today. So what's today? Wednesday? Yeah, that's Tuesday. So Google, for sure, I'm watching it. It's my biggest individual stock. And Microsoft, MSFT, guys, is also looking interesting. We have earnings coming up on, let's see, the same day as Google, Tuesday after the bell, and this one's seeing a bit of a golden cross. Do you guys see this here? We're above the moving averages, so watch out for maybe a breakout on Microsoft, is it guaranteed? No, guys, nothing's guaranteed, but I'm watching all these stocks very closely. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. And guys, don't forget to get your free money from Moomoo, up to 16 stocks, each up to $2,000. Use that link down below. Check out all the details. It's literally free money. And feel free to follow me on X or Twitter at Stocks Talk Stocks. I'll follow you back. Link down below, and I'll catch you all later.